Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we are going to be building one of these Wildfyre Technologies belly stern 6-digit display kit version 3. Now with this kit you're going to get 5 packs of these, you're going to get 5 packs of these, and it looks like we're getting 30 orange displays right here. First thing you need to do, you need to go onto your computer here and go to the Wildfyre website and download the correct version of your kit. Now on mine, it's pretty easy to do because at the bottom of the screen, well, not of the screen, but of the kit, if we can get it to focus, let's just make it manual focus. It says reversion 3 down here. So that works for that. Let me tighten my camera up. There we go. There. It says reversion 3 right away. So, in my instructions that I got are reversion 3 instructions. This piece you won't need to the end, so we'll just actually throw that in the box. I recommend one of these. This is a little thing you can put your, what are they, diode or resistors on to bend them so they look nice and straight. Alright, we'll put these over there out of the way. This is just shipping stuff, some, what do you call that? Now the first thing, we got the bag out of the way, is you need to check to make sure you have all the correct parts. So we're going to go on first, we got the 2 boards, which is correct. We are supposed to have 1, 2, looks like 3 chips. And we have 3 chips in here. But we want to make sure each chip is correct. And for me to do that easier would be for me to get on my goofy goggles so I can read these better. Alright. CD 4543 is the first chip. .4543 we'll put right there. Second chip will be TBD 62003. Nope. TBD 62003. Okay. And the third chip will be 74 ACT 541. 74 ACT 541. Yeah. Alright. We got those. So I'll take off my goofy things and put them off to the side. We will need 2 capacitors. Yep, we need a read. You're marked 104, which is correct. A diode D1, D2, which would be these. These are not marked, but they look just like the picture. Resistor 180K. Brown, gray, black, orange, brown. Brown, gray, black, orange, brown. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Female header 2x8 petition straight. which would be these. Male header 2x8. Which would be these. And those, I mean female headers. Where we go? Why did I say female headers? Those are the same. And then 2x8 position right angle. There we go. 2x8 position right angle. So we got what we need. Every kit you should go through to verify everything you need. So as you can see on my thing, I have the computer here. So let's go to the next page. Oh, did I skip? Female header, male header. Yeah. Displays. Oh, no, I didn't just skip. Where did I? Female header, yes. Duh. Male header. Why are you so goofy today, Mark? Male header at 20 position straight, shipped as 2 pieces, so these should be 10 a piece. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 times 2. And we do notice one of them has been snipped off because that will be our key. Resistor that are in here. They should be brown, green, black, brown because we have orange displays. Brown, green, black, brown. So we have all these that are correct. These are goofy, but they do the job. Oh, my hair is a mess. And somebody's texting me. Okay, so we got that. Start here. Let's make our instructions a little bit. Just want to make sure we're on the right kick because it says part number 1985 revision 1. These are functionally identical, but for the revision 3 kit, if your kit contains a circuit board part in 1985, these are correct instructions. So you need to make sure, because they have updated these over the years. I don't know why they would have any old ones left, but you know how people buy stuff and then they have it lay around and they never use it and then they sell it. Well, you could have maybe got an old revision 2 or revision 1 kit. But everybody, if you buy it brand new, you should get it a revision 3 kit. But make sure. Okay, we are correct on that. We're going to start with this larger board. Start with UD1 CD453, and we need to go at U1 CD4543, which should be my first chip. There we go. It says put that in location U1, which is right there. I am getting too old to see this stuff without glasses on. And another thing too, a lot of times with these chips, the legs are kind of out like that. So you're going to have to go through and squeeze them together just a little bit so you can get it to seat down into all these holes. you need it to get into every single hole like that. And they're all poking through. And I like to get it like that. I put it on a table and I keep it pushed through. And as soon as that goes into U1, it's got a notch on it. The notch has to go this way as intended. Now I have real thin solder for this. What I like to do is clean my tip off real good. I like just to do one corner first. That will hold it in there, and then we will get to the next one. There. Okay, now that chip should be in there solid. And it looks good to me. So now we're just going to go through and solder all the rest. Can you see what I'm doing? I can probably see a little bit better this way. And there we go. That chip is soldered down. Now I'm going to go through and do all the rest of these chips, and then we will get back once I got all these chips down, because they all go the same. Maybe we can do one more. U2 would be 62003. These glasses do help a lot out for soldering. You won't believe how good they do. Yeah, so I gotta get them a little closer. So you guys know this is going to be a long video. These are all through. Like I said, I will leave it lay onto my bench with these glasses. I can verify that the chip is down all the way. Probably do one corner of each one. That way I know it's seated all the way. That noise is just my phone. Somebody texting me. In there. I guess we can do that last chip. Squeeze these together. You don't want to squeeze them too much because you only want to bend them so much just to get them in there. You don't want to overbend them so you snap them. What I like doing is I like laying on one side first and then kind of like working them down so they pop into the holes. There we go. And verifying they're all in the holes. The notch is in the right spot right here. I can't see you. The notch is in the correct spot here. Flip it over, use my table to hold it down. It's holding it down. Clean the solder tip off. Start on one edge. There. And there, we got it all soldered down. I will get this to you. Let's do some manual focus. Here. You can see they're all soldered down correctly. And like I said with the chips, the notches must be all on this side because it shows the notches on the white part of the diagram there. You can see how it's notched in the white. That's letting you know that the chips are done correctly. That is good. So now the next thing would be to start with the next ones, and we will get to that in a minute. Alright, we got that all soldered up. I'm trying to keep you guys ahead above me as much as possible. I'm trying to get that so you guys can see me the best as possible. Okay, since we got to do R1 now, which this is where this little table comes in. I like to just measure it's got all these gauges in here, and I like to measure what I would need. It should fit right between it. It goes like that. Now it lets you bend it down. So it's probably what we want. Now we just take this. See how it sits in there like that? And you just bend the sides straight down like that. Now you get this cool U-shaped like that. Now that will easily just drop down to the next spot like that. Pretty cool, huh? Now that will do the same thing. I'll hold it with my finger, and I'm just going to take these and bend them over like that. And that will keep that in there so it doesn't fall down. Now I can take my soldering iron and solder that down in there. Like that. And since these wires are going to be in my way with other things, you can just snip them off and put them in a neat little pile. So now you got your R1 resistor in. Now we got to look on the instructions to see what the next one is. Diode D1 and D2. It says these diodes are optional. They don't need to be put in there for a 6-digit display. So technically we can skip these. We don't need to put these in because it says they're optional, and I guess if we would need them later on we would put them in, but apparently it's optional, but it's mandatory if this is a 7-digit display. But since it's a 6-digit display, we will put them off to the side. Because this says step 4, locate diodes D1 and D2, which are these. When used only for a 6-digit display, D1 and D2 are optional, and you may skip to step 5. Okay. So we're gonna get the capacitors C1 and C2, and we're gonna put them in the position marked C1 on the board. C1 and C2. Okay, there we go. So we're going to get these capacitors now. We're going to do the same thing with them. Get these out is kind of a little pain. You don't want to slide right out, so we're going to pull the tape off and get them off that way. Garbage pile. There. Now these say they go into C1 and C2. And again, it says it doesn't matter which way they go in. So I'm going to bend it like that so it holds. And here. Put it in like that. Bend it like that. And like that, so they hold in. See, they're held in now. So I'm gonna get my soldering cleaned up. I'm gonna get these soldered in. There. Pretty simple how these go together. You know, it doesn't take a lot of skill. It just takes patience to read and put everything in the correct spots as you do it. Okay, I'm gonna pause the camera and we're gonna be right back again so I can get the next step. Okay, we're at headers J2 and J3 and I got these connectors. Now it says in the instructions that you need to make sure that these are set totally flat against the board. So as I do it again, I slide the board onto the table with the connector in it. Now this is the tricky part. Junk out of the way that I don't need by me. You can tape these too, but I'm going to balance this so I can hold it down. There. So to make sure, I'm going to press it with my thumb, heat up that solder, let it cool, go to the other side, press it with my thumb hard, heat up that solder, let it cool. Now I can verify that this is totally 100% flush with the board. As you can see, there's no light coming through it. It is totally flush. And now I can go and solder each connection. Can you see what I'm doing really good? Probably not. It's kind of hard to show soldering. And these are a pain to solder as it is. You'll have to figure out how to solder them on your own method. I do recommend a very small tip soldering iron. A very good quality soldering iron, like a Hakko. A very small solder, very fine solder. A good quality solder like Kester. There. Now I will look over my soldering. It looks good. Everything is connected good. There. I will show you what I'm talking about. There, they're all soldered down. They got a nice little bead of solder on them, like that. None of them are connected. Like I said, once we get done with this, we have to clean off this whole board. So I'm going to get to this next one here, and then we'll be right back. Alright, let's see if I can get this just a little bit better for you guys. Alright, now we got to put these on. I just lined them up for point of view. What we need to do, I like to get you guys just over a little bit more. You have to move everything. This makes it a little easier for me. There. As long as I know that's in my right way. We have to put these two connectors on the board. As you can see, this one right here is missing a pin. That's our key. And note, it goes just like that. It doesn't go like that because you have to have your missing pin here because this is a key. So you can't do it really technically any other way unless you would do it like that. But then what are you going to do with this? So you understand what I'm saying? So this has to go like that. And it says straight out in the instructions that the friction retainer must be on the edge of the board. Just like that. So we're going to do one first, which is this one. And again, I'll do it the exact same way as I've done it before. I get it down first. Get my glasses on. I really love these Harbor Freight binocular things I have. They're just so great for doing this. It really helps me step up my soldering game. Perfect. All right. There. Now I have that perfectly lined up. It's flat, it's flush. As you can see, it's flush to the board. So now that we got that, let's get the next ones down. See, what I'm doing is I'm touching, I actually solder to the head of the soldering tip just to get it melted a little bit, and then that flows around, and then it's letting me push it into the connector. Alright. And again, you can see how it's flat. Perfectly flat up against the board. So now we gotta get this next one in. And we'll want to make sure that these are lined up perfectly, but they should if we do it the exact same way. So I'm gonna just do one pin on it so I can just get it down so I can move it around if needed. So now you can see it's just off a little bit. Right there you can see how it's off a little bit. So what I will do is I will just heat up that one pin I soldered. Like that. And now, as you can see, they're lined up perfectly. So there's like no gap there, and they're like even. And that's what we want. So I'm going to go to the end and get the end down. Let that cool just a bit. Make sure it's all level. And good. Now we will tack it down all the way. I am actually pushing the solder into the joint. Trying to make sure we get a good connection. And if you can kind of see what I'm doing, I have the soldering iron off just a little bit off to the side of the post, so I can push this into the soldering iron, and what that does, it liquefies, and then it helps heat up everything better, and then I can go around and push it in the rest of the way. And there, that's up. That looks good to me. Alright, we got that. I can take this off. So now we're going to clean this. We have no more soldering to do on this. Nothing. So what is this? The 2X and 1X. I wonder what that's for. The X2 and X1. That's weird. I wonder if that's like a test point or something. It doesn't show them at all. Oh, in the schematics it says, what does it say? It says CUI point, X1 and X2. So maybe it's some type of test point or something. I don't know. We're not using it, so we don't need it. Now to clean this, where did I put all those? Those are all there. Clean this, we are going to use, where's the best place? Right here. Got my alcohol and toothbrush. This is the good alcohol. The top end stuff you can buy from your local drugstore or whatever. Here's the not fun part. It's cleaning this off. Because this stuff is, the flux gets like sticky. It's the part I do not like the most. Is getting this off. So it takes a little bit. We got it almost done. That's the worst part, is getting the flux off. It gets all over. It looks like crap. And it's like sticky. And it doesn't look good while after you get done with your boards. They have flux on there. It looks so much better getting all that flux off. You just tell the board, hey, flux off. The thing about too is trying to scrub it with this, it just ends up shredding into all these contacts. And it don't matter, people, this is going to be fully 100% dried by the time you get done with everything and get it stuck into your machine. That's the problem, is this crap, it just gets over everything. You can use Q-tips or anything you want to clean, doesn't matter. Just that flux is sticky. I think that's pretty good now. There. As you can see, I'll get a zoom in on it. And we'll do a manual focus. And let's get that manual focus. There we go. You can see it's still got, what do you call it, dust junk from my scrub brush. I mean, in cleaning it off, that will come off the rest of the way. And you can see how all your contacts turned out from the soldering. Let me see if I can get a brush and brush this off a little bit better. This is just a soft bristled paintbrush. There we go. That looks so much nicer, doesn't it? Now you can see that you don't have any cold solder joints. You can see that they're all real nice, tight, good, clean. And that's what you want. I am not a professional solderer. These kits are made for novices like me and you. Just what do you call it? There was like a weird reflection on the lens where it looks like these two are connected. Oh. They are not. It looks like it by the... There you go. There's a hunk of fuzz that was magnetizing. And it just looks like that one too are connected, but they're not. Nope. And then we'll look at it like this. Nothing is connected, but you get a good glare off these with the light. Oh yeah, I love the way this thing works. This, let me go back to autofocus. This thing by Harbor Freight is just a bomb. This, when you flip this lens down here, it lets you bring the board about this far away, and you can like totally see. You can get the board about this close, and you can totally see every single little trace, and you can see if there's any little blurps or anything, and you can see how good you soldered. I totally recommend getting one of these from Harbor Freight. The box is right here. This, I totally recommend getting this. I do not plan to use the lights on it. I didn't buy it for that. I just bought it for this purpose that we're doing right here. And you can see it's working great. So we got this board done now. This is all cleaned and soldered, and everything's installed that needs to be installed. Like I said, it says we don't need these because this is just a 6-digit display. So we're going to skip them and put that off to the side, and we're going to start on the next one right now. Alright, we are back. Now we are going to do the resistors that are along the bottom here. That's R10 through R16. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We won't need one of these, but that doesn't mean we won't need it. Oh, this is garbage. Put it over there. Trying to keep these all the exact same way. These do not need to be put in the exact same way. I just want to. So we're going to be using the top of 4 to bend these down. Like I said, it just lays in there like that. See if I can get a good close-up of that. It just lays in there like that. I'm going to take that and push it down along the side like that. See how it makes a nice U? That's what you want to do. And then that U allows it to fit really nice, neat, and clean into these holes. And it makes your job look real super professional and neat. So I'm going to get bending all of these up, and then we'll be right back. Alright, we got those all bent up and pretty and as needed. Alright, did we get focus on? Yeah, it just looks blurry. So these are going to go in R10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now, like it said in instructions, it doesn't matter exactly which way they go, but I want to kind of put them in all the exact same These I'm gonna bend like that, just so they're out of my way when I put them all in. You'll understand once I'm done. You know, this is the fun part, isn't it? Maybe we'll fast forward this part. Alright, there, you can see that they're all in, and now you understand why I bent them all like that. This way I can solder them easier if I do it like that. I'll go down and I'll solder all these first, and then I'll flip it this way, and then I'll solder all these next. Pretty sneaky, huh? So maybe we'll fast forward this part too. And there we go, we got them all soldered in. They'll look really neat and clean looking. They're all pointing the exact same way, and that's what we wanted them to all point the exact same way. We can just cut all these off. Get over there. Let's screw this on, because if you ever watch any of my other videos, you know what comes after next. Okay, J4 and J5. Which would be these. And insert one in right angles and a passenger mark with the flush and perpendicular. Alright. Now these can only be installed one way. You can't install them like that because that is wrong. They need to be installed like that. See how that is flush against the board like that. It's hard to do this there, like that. You need to be like that. So this is on the edge of the board, like that. What are we going to do again? We are going to put that down like that, actually, so we can get it flat. Clean off the soldering iron, get a bunch of extra solder, and then we will get one of these hot, drop some solder on it. And we didn't do a good job. There. Now we did. Almost. Too high now. There. It's hard for me to show you. So we're going to go back into manual focus. There. You want them so they're like that. I could probably actually heat that up again. Actually, once I put this side down, it will tighten it up. See how they're flush? When I put a little bit of solder on this side, it will even that back out. So I'm going to do that real quick and then we'll look at them again. Since I only tacked one side, because I wanted to make sure I had to push down all the way. There. Yes. That's it. Now it is perfect down how it should be. There you go. Now you can see how it's perfectly flat against the board both ways. It's hard to get this angle. Oops, and I just bumped the... There. See how it's perfectly flat now against the board? And that's what we want. So now I will get to soldering all these up, and then we'll look at it again. Alright. Oh, and I bumped you again. So here we go. There we go. We got them all soldered. It's all nice and flush the way it is. And yes, if you're sloppy and put too much solder in it, you'll get it coming out the other side. But it's not touching anything. They're all separated. We just know we got a good penetration all the way through. And if we want, we can go like this with the other little magnifier on my glasses, and you can see none are touching. And they all went through. So I'm going to put this other side on, and then we will be back. Alright, we're back. I'm doing my most funnest part yet. We're gonna actually zoom out a little bit. We're putting the digits in. This is an easy part and it's a hard part at the same time. First of all, you need to make sure that the dot that's at the bottom of the digit is pointing down towards this, because this is how you see it in your game. So that needs to be like that. Okay. So now the next thing we need to do is flip it upside down and get it so it's flat again, and then we will just do the buzzing down like we've done before. I'm going to do two opposite corners. I want to make sure that it's flat, and it is. We got it perfectly flat against the board. As you can see, all the corners of the display, there should be that air gap underneath there, but each display, let me get one out, it has a corner on each corner, and it's kind of like a leg on a table. There you can see it better. Those kind of like have an air gap underneath there, which is kind of interesting. But we got that in, so let's go ahead and drop it in the rest of the way. There we go. That is soldered in real nice and neat. So now you just get your next one. And these just drop in like butter. Always make sure your dot is on that bottom. We'll do one at a time. One corner on each one. Just make sure it's flat. And it is. So now we'll go to the opposite corner. Everything too, once your soldering iron gets a little dirty, and gets a little flux on it, it kind of does help these melt in a little easier. You still want to clean up as much as you can. And let's just keep going down. Again, dot down. Let's do this. thing done with all the dots down. And these all have like a protectant tape on them, so it's okay to do what I just did. As you notice, I'm going kitty corner on each one, just to make sure that they all set flat, even. Yeah, now I got a couple that are up, 3 of them that are up. So you can do that if you want to, but you're probably going to end up adjusting a couple. You can hear that one snap down, snap down, snap down. That one's down too. Let's get the top. Snap down, snap down, snap down. Yeah, let's get one more on that one. I didn't hold it down long enough, that was the thing. So, I don't recommend that quick method like I just did. Now they're all down where they need to be, as you can see in the video. Now I can just go through and solder all of them down the rest of the way. I don't know how they clean that. Yeah. Go back to that first one and just touch it on each one just to get it to relax. So yeah, to me, I'd say just do one at a time. It was something I wanted to try. I didn't like it. There. This display is all done. Now we just need to do our cleaning again, which is the fun part. The cleaning. I had another beetle song flying through my head again. Glass Onion. Don't know where that song came from. Just popped in my head. A little bit more cleaning. I found it takes like 2 to 3 brushes. Let's do this. There. If that does anything. Two or three good brushes with the toothbrush, and I'm just patting around all these. So like I said, if you scrub them with this, it tends to lint up into all the connections. Pretty decent. Still a little sticky. Another thing too, I hate how it bleeds off the board and then wraps around to the other side. And it makes you think you didn't solder it good enough. You know what I mean? How it wept around all the way through and then puddled. It makes you think you didn't solder it good. But that's just the nature of the beast of the liquid. It will flow where you don't want it to. Now when I flip it over, we'll have some puddles on the other side because we use so much liquid. Yeah, it looks actually better now. Like that. See, you think it leaked, but it didn't. Trust me, every one I've done of these, they all do the same thing. But yeah, the water, the alcohol just goes over and then it wraps around and then floats. As you can see, I wiped that off, and where did it go? It came back up. Alright, let's clean off the rest of the way. I'll go through all the contacts with you. And we will wipe them off really good. There. Now I still got juice on this side. Bleeding around and then puddling up. Like I said, if you put on a flat surface like this, it's going to roll over and then go underneath. Alright, I'm going to look at it real good with my super duper. What is that? Oh, that's a spare. Let's see that. Oh, a glop of crap. I'm going to go through and look at each one. They're all good. They're all fully soldered. little screwdriver with these little like boogers that pop on it. Where is that one now? Look at that. There it goes. There it goes again. Yeah, I'm still looking at it. You just get these like, it's like cakes of solder or something. Let's get you on manual focus, and we will get you on the board. There we go. That is all nice and soldered. It's all cleaned back up. I'm probably going to go over it one more time just to get some of that staining off, but everything has been soldered good. All the digits are fully down, resting on their feet. And then this, when we get it back into manual focus, I mean autofocus, this will go like this. And now plug into there. Now you have your display that is on in your game. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Just unplugs like that. So technically, if something ever goes bad on it, or this, you can just make a different unit or repair it, and voila. It's pretty slick, huh? And this is where it slides in your game, and then your main harness from your game plugs into that. I will make another video installing these, but I just wanted to get a video of building them so you know what it takes to build a Wolfpack display. The Wolfpack Tech display. I'll put a link in the description for Wolfpack Tech so you can get your own. I highly advise it. This kit is pennies compared to buying one that's finished. This will come off when we're done. And this, as you can see, it's got holes cut in it, and then that will go right over the top like that, and you won't have none of these gaps here. But yes, I highly advise getting one of these kits. They are so awesome. But yeah, that's the Wolfpack Tech kit. And like I said, you know, if you have a problem, you can take your displays out and fix them or replace them or whatever, and you don't have to swap everything out, which is really super killer. I love these kits. They're just so cool. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Later.